of what you do in your follow-up and your daily activity is through virtual assistants, through VAs.
So technically our VA is our CRM.
Okay.
And that's because I like it to still be me. So when you book an appointment with us, which Tremaine's actually gone through some of our automations, when you book an appointment with us, 24 hours before your appointment, you get a voicemail from me that says, I can't wait to meet with you, we're looking forward to it, here's what you need to know before your appointment. I don't call, that's a voicemail. It's still my voice, I still mean every word that I'm saying, but I don't have the time, if I'm gonna scale as much as I want to, I don't have the time to make every single physical phone call in my business. So we don't use VAs, we have a CRM that does it for us, which also helps us keep our costs way down. Because now I'm not worried about, I can't give that task to them because I can't afford that hourly rate. I know exactly what my monthly costs are.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just signed on to be a client.
Yes.
And I will too, probably.
Any other questions? Or any specific questions as far as like what we do or why the KLT matters? Yes.
So if I have a vision for a business, but I haven't put all the pieces together, is that something you help develop, or do you have people that you connect with?
I love puzzles.
Okay.
So the way that my brain works, I've got ADHD and OCD, which a lot of the time seemed like it was a huge downfall, but now I've realized that that's one of my superpowers, and this is my translator. Because a lot of times when I'm talking, I'm 5 years in the future, and what I'm saying doesn't make sense, because I already see the solution as fixed. And so that's why we make such a good team, because I can see 5 years in the future, and he can help me plan it for today, what needs to happen, and step 2 and step 3. And that way we can get to the 5-year vision, but we're taking it on in bite-sized pieces, and where you can understand it as you're going through the process as well.
I think a lot of times too, sometimes you can't see beyond your own nose. So if you are in it every day, or you have these ideas, you need outside perspective to be able to kind of come in here and say, okay, cool, here's all these notes. How are we going to systematize this? What makes sense to build this out? What do we need to do? And then what's step 1, step 2, step 3? I think sometimes it's just even coming and bringing somebody else in and saying, here's all my ideas. I don't know how to piece these together exactly, or I know here and I know here, but I don't know any of the middle part. How do I get licenses? How do I get certificates? How do I do this? How do I get this set up? And so a lot of that middle portion is where we like coming in and trying to help companies scale or try to get off the ground, even if it's just starting out with one thing and being able to move the needle forward.
And that really just comes because we have failed in our own businesses, and so because of those failures, we've learned from them, and we like helping other people. There's some pitfalls you just have to go through.
Sure.
In order to have the wisdom that you need to succeed, you have to have some pitfalls, and that's just entrepreneurship. But there's some pitfalls that aren't necessary for your success. And so that's where business optimization comes in, is you're still going to have bumps along the road, but what bumps can we skip over, because it's not really going to help you by learning the hard way. Did you have a question, Sam?
Yeah, I think with the voicemail that you have set up a minute ago, Tremaine, blah, 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 blah.
It doesn't say the person's name.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have 3 different kinds of meetings. One is in person at my office away from home, which is Louie's. And they've got a little bar side thing, and there's a booth, so it's really private. So that voicemail literally says, I'll be in a hat in the far left booth of the bar at Louie's. Michaela's going to be our server. So if you beat me there, ask Michaela where I'm sitting.
I love it.
And so it is really personal, but it doesn't say the person's name specifically. Yeah.
And then, can you, just for me, but for other people as well, can you guys go back through the difference between your basic package and then the higher one? It was like the 99 versus 150 or something.
Yeah, so the website's landing pages and the, on the website.
Scrolled down to a package that was up there for 3 seconds.
So that one was on this side, I think.
That was actually just a screen recording.
Yeah, this is one of our landing pages, but I can scroll down. So this is our CRM pricing. Let's see if I can pause it.
Just go to the website.
Oh, yeah.
optimized.
Let's see.
Well,
Let's see if I don't mess this up.
Well, and one of the cool things, like with that voicemail and being able to have those touches, because one thing that we've implemented now that is exciting for me is we have a missed call text back. And what that does is basically, if you can quantify, I get this many phone calls, or anytime I talk to somebody, I make $500. Like if you can put a value on a phone call,
Yeah.
then you know if I miss 10 phone calls a month, that's a potential lost revenue of $5,000, $10,000, whatever that number is. And so when you have touch points and someone calls you and it goes to voicemail, it will automatically kick them a text message that you can personalize that says, hey, sorry I missed your call, would really love to be able to set up a meeting with you or help you in whatever way you need to. Here's a link to my calendar. Or here's and you can put whatever you want in there that they can click where you want them to go. So if you want them to book something, you want them to somehow get further on down the pipeline, that's where you put that in there. And that way, anytime you miss a phone call, you are touching them and you now have that point of contact, and so you maybe didn't lose that X sale. So that's just another one of those deals that.
Which is helpful for spam calls too, because
Yes.
I'll be honest, I don't answer phone calls. Unless I have your phone number saved, I don't answer phone calls. My voicemail says leave a voicemail if you want me to call you back, but now it also texts them. Now if it's a spam number, they're not going to have any follow through. But if it is somebody trying to reach out about a particular service and they text back, now I know that is somebody that I actually need to spend my time and pick up the phone to call back. But I don't need to answer every phone call, because if I did that, we would get absolutely nothing done all day. It would be a lot of cars extended warranties.
Yeah.
Two things real quick. The first thing, yes, the text message right after the missed call is probably the most brilliant thing, because if I'm trying to solve a problem in the moment, I'm gonna, I might sign up for a mailing list, but a lot of times that takes too long. So I want to call, and I might, if there isn't an answer, the same way you don't like answering phones, I don't like leaving messages.
Right.
So I might call a second time. And in that moment, I'm not leaving a message here, or I might leave a message. And then I hang up, and if I immediately get a text, hey, I missed your call, it's like, if that text takes 3 minutes, I'm already out of the frame of mind. So that text back, I think, is huge.
Right.
That's the first thing. Great job there. Second thing, can you explain, like, from an operator perspective, explain the 840 texts, 781 minutes and calls, or 9,871 emails.
Yeah, so our CRM is, I like to be 100% upfront and honest, because I think that's the best way to build trust, right? Imagine that. So we are a white label of Go High Level, which a lot of people have probably heard of Go High Level before. What's different is we get to set our own pricing. So what you'll see our packages, most of the time our packages cost roughly $897 if you go to another white label of Go High Level, and they don't include complimentary conversational credits. We give complimentary conversational credits, so you have for free up to this amount of communication. You can obviously pay for additional communication. We don't upcharge on that either, so it literally costs 100th or 1,000th of a penny. It's 0.0001 cents per email, text, or minute on the phone. So it's very, very affordable. Whereas you go to somebody like HubSpot, it's unlimited contacts, up to 500 emails a day or per month. Once you get past that 500 emails, it costs almost $697, and it's right there. Doesn't warn you when it's coming. And so with ours, we like to keep it really minuscule, so you might have an extra $20 if you do a lot of communication. We've got a networking group that sends over 30,000 messages per month, and they spend an extra $100 for their CRM. That level of communication would have been roughly $2,000 had they gone with HubSpot or somebody else. But it's just Go High Level. We build all the templates and all that stuff, so that makes it a little bit different too. So there's 1,500 templates that come with the CRM, so whether it's a landing page, a funnel, a website, a text, an email, whatever it is that you're wanting, you've got some place to start with if you can't afford to have us build it out for you.
So, so is this, are you guys charging separately for all that building out, or is this the monthly fee?
So we charge separately for the building out. If you want an automation, it's $175. Now that's start to finish. So if you're like, I want an appointment confirmation. Well, in order to get there, we need a form. We probably need 2 text messages, an email, a follow-up, and a review afterwards. That's one automation, so that's $175. Or you can just have us build the entire thing out. That's $3,000. It's just one fell swoop. Or you have templates that are free. So our goal is that no matter where you are budget-wise, there is always an option that's going to fit with Dallowry, and you can grow into it, not out of it. And so if you need to start with just having a template saying this isn't exactly what I want, but it costs me nothing extra, great. Our hope would be that automation works so well. On average, our customers scale about 37% within the first 3 months of using the CRM and automations. And once we're at that 37%, then you can pay us to come in and build if that's what you need for your budget. Yeah.
Oh, is that 37% a number that's self-reported by them, or is that something y'all have access to because you're seeing analytics?
Yep, both. So it self-reports based on the opportunities they put in. If they use automations, which is a way more accurate way to track your data and analytics, is when the system is auto-reporting, so you're not losing out on deals that you forgot about. So it's roughly a 37% once they start self-reporting and using automations. Yeah, and that's closed deals too, not just leads coming in, but closed deals. Yeah.
Is the data the systems generate funnel in to kind of an overall dashboard for analytics? And
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's like part of
Yeah,
plans.
all reporting is free because the more accurately you can know what's going on with your business, the better decisions you can make. So there's basically 6 different ways you can look at your data based on how you like to consume. So if you like a spreadsheet style, we have a spreadsheet style. If you like the graphics with the actual funnel or pie chart, we have those as well. And so the goal would be that no matter how you need to consume it to understand it, it's available in that format for you. Yep. And it's to the day. So if you make a change, like that second, that data is going to update.
Yeah, so if you did like a funnel, for instance, it kind of helps you know what you're doing, whether that's using lead capture from social media or emails. You'll be able to see in your funnel, the red keeps growing. And so, man, I no longer, this or whatever I'm doing here is no longer working because I have 38 people stuck in this part of the funnel. So where is that hang up inside this flow? And so it kind of gives you those snapshots that you can kind of see inside and say, this isn't working, this needs to change.
And all your communication funnels one place too, which I love. So like we open the app and any text, any call, any email, any Facebook message, Instagram message, TikTok message, Google My Business chat. So people can actually text our business now because of that link that we've created with the CRM. It's all in one tab on our app or all in one tab on our CRM. So I don't need to go to 7 different platforms to communicate with everybody. I can do it all in one place so I'm not missing conversations across different platforms. Yeah.
All right. Why would I use you guys instead of ClickFunnels or insert other service?
I think it depends on, are we a good match for you? I mean, our philosophy is we want it to be so freaking easy to fire us, you never even think about it. So we don't do long-term contracts. We don't require any down deposit for things to happen unless there's a particular build out that you're wanting. But if you're I just want to try it and see where it goes, come on, try it for 2 months. If you don't like it, no harm, no foul. We're not for everybody. We kind of treat it like I treat my insurance brokerage. This is how I show up. Some people want their insurance person in a suit. That's not me. But I have a lot of friends in the industry that will come in a suit and they're going to treat you just as well with the same kind of respect. Same thing here. If we're not a good fit, we know plenty of people in the industry that we can place you with that hopefully will be a better personality fit because I'm not everybody's cup of tea. He's not everybody's cup of tea. Nor can we be if we're going to live authentically.
So good. That's it. I love it. So, and, yeah. No, you're good.
Is there any particular industry that you would say your use case works the best for? Or are you kind of a one-size-fits-all type of solution?
I don't think anybody's a one-size-fits-all. And we've not worked in every industry. So I don't think I can tell you that we are a one-size-fits-all. We haven't met an industry that we haven't been able to help. Now, there's other ones that we can obviously optimize a lot easier and faster just because of the nature of the industry. And other ones are going to take longer. So, for instance, we've got a junk company that wants we do organic content for him, right? Now, with organic content, if you're only posting once a day, it's going to take 6 or 7 months before the algorithms recognize that you're willing to be consistent. And then they're going to start pumping that out more to your audience's feed. So going into that, he has to understand that since we're not paying for ads, you're going to have to be more patient. but it's not impossible. And then there's other industries, like with us, we post 3 times per day at a minimum, and then we're going to cut this video down using some of our other software and tools. We'll make probably about 45 to 60 pieces of content off this, and we'll post 3 videos a day over the next week and a half. So because of that, we only have 149 followers on Facebook, but we reach roughly 20,000 people every 28 days. And we don't pay for ads. And so it depends on your level of commitment with the tools and the software. If you're willing to commit to it, you're going to grow a lot faster. And we're here to optimize, but we are definitely not here to run companies for you. And so we see a lot more success with owners that say, I see the tools, I see the plan that you've laid out. What can I do to add to this? And so while we're doing our job, they're going above and beyond and doing theirs as well. And those are the people that have even greater than a 37% increase. So I don't know that we're one size fits all. I don't think anybody is. But I think if you're a dedicated owner and you're using the right technology and you're partnered with the right people, then you can see whatever level of success you're willing to commit to.
How long before you guys have those verticals? For example, someone comes to you, they say, hey, I want to do this. You guys have obviously done this before. Well, I need help with my content, and then you guys can just plug in, well, we have a relationship with this content creator. We can hook you up with them. You either get a kickback or they're on your payroll, that kind of stuff.
So we actually do the content ourselves. If for some reason the level of content or the style of content isn't a good fit, then we have other people that we basically pass you off to. So we don't get a kickback, we don't charge more. We can still hold the other pieces of the pie if you want us to, but we pass that piece off to a better fit. But as far as our clients, if it's organic traffic and you're only asking for 1 piece of content per day, then it's going to be at least 4 months before you see traffic. And that's if you're not posting yourself. But if you can post once a day and you have us scheduling once a day, then basically you take it down by a month. If you post 3 times a day, you take it down by a month. And so the more committed that you are to hitting that goal, the faster you're going to get there. And that's same with the gym. I can't go to the gym tomorrow and expect to be at my ideal weight. I have to continue to show up. I have to continue to put in, which just, I don't go to the gym or work out. So it is probably not the best example. Yeah, this is hypothetically. But I can't expect an immediate result. The same thing works with content, even if you're paying for ads. There's some industries that you should pay for ads. I'm not saying there's not a place for paid ads. But even if you're paying for ads, you're not going to see an immediate result. Because the algorithms aren't designed for it. They want to see, are you committed? They want to see, are you going to stick around? They want to see if you can be trusted. Can you be known? Can you be liked? And can you be trusted? And that's when you're going to start exploding. Because our reach doesn't make sense. 149 followers, 20,000 views, that doesn't make sense. But it's because we keep showing up and we're not going to give up. And we talk about who we are, not just what we do.
So you say, and I'm fairly new to this. I like talking to people, so I struggle with technology a little bit in that I don't have to talk to them in order to make an impact. So are we talking about Facebook ads? Where are you publishing? If I hire you to throw some information out for me, to promote my business for me, where are you doing that?
The best answer, everywhere you want to. So, like for Tremaine, for instance, he's already got some platforms set up, right? So we're going to utilize those. But then there's some platforms that like Pinterest. Does it really make sense in his industry? Probably not. But if we start utilizing it, will it not help him be known and be seen? Absolutely. So if we can automate, we're already creating the content. Why would we not open a Snapchat and a Pinterest and everything else? Because he's not having to post it. We're already creating it, and we post it once and we automate the entire process. It goes everywhere. So the best answer is everywhere.
Okay.
Have an access on everywhere, but put the right tools in place. You should not physically be posting to every single platform 2 to 3 times a day. That's a waste of your time. There's technology that you should be using in order to accomplish that same task.
Yeah, that's one of the things that we have on there, which is, again, this is all very user-friendly. Like if you know how to use an iPhone and you kind of know how to build out a little bit of stuff, you can build out your own stuff.
Drag and drop.
Yeah, it's a lot of drag and drop. So if you've ever used any kind of software like Canva, etc., you just know you can use templates, and it may look like crap for a little bit while you're building it out, but you will start to learn it. It's very intuitive. But one of the things that they have on there is your social networking automations, to where you can spend 8 hours one day creating all your content. You can download a CVS file, upload it, and it will schedule it out time and day, 5 days a week, 7 days a week, 3 times a day, whatever you want. So you can literally spend a day or 2 or 3, however long it takes you, depending on how deep your content is, and you can schedule it all out. So now you just did that one time. Now for the next 26 days of the month, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You now can just do your stuff from your phone. You can interact from your phone, you can do this, but in the background, the software is uploading at 10:37 a.m. on Monday about this. And then you go in there and you put stuff that's holiday. So, you look at the month, what's coming up this month? Is it National Hot Dog Day? Is it this? Is it that? So you put content in relevant to what's going on, but you just spend a short amount of time. So not every day you don't have to take up this mental capacity of, oh man, I didn't post today. It's 10 o'clock, And
We're
so,
done for the month.
Yeah.
And if you ever see Dallowry post before 10 a.m., I can guarantee you I was not there doing it. Like, I am not a morning person. That was automated. Did you have a question?
For me?
Yes.
No.
Okay. All right.
Before you go.
Yeah.
Before you go, clap around.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. But a couple things got to do. What time? We still got time. Yeah. So a couple different things for people that some people are shy and have questions in the back of their head and they will not say them. So I'm going to do some of that. Okay. So for the person that's say they're just starting out with their business, they have no social media presence. They have nothing. They don't have a website. They're just running their business and they have nothing. What does that look like as far as the basic essentials? So that $100 plan that you guys have. One of the things when we were meeting, I remember you guys saying something about if you want to sell courses or something in the future, you guys have a way you can do that. Because I know a lot of people see whatever it is that you do, a lot of times, and I struggle with this sometimes too, like you can get in the industry and get in the field and see where you're at and see everybody else and everybody else is doing this and they're doing so well. And you're like, well, really, maybe I can't really talk about it because I'm not doing as good as them. So maybe I can't. But you have no idea how many people want to go and be at the point to where you're at. You don't know how many people who just sell T-shirts and wish they were where you're at. You know what I'm saying? But you might be like, well, I'm not them. How do you help those people, that's just starting off, say they don't, they're not to that spot yet, but they want to get a website. They want to probably sit down and have you. Is that something you can help them do?
Yeah.
Like record a course and say, okay, we want to get started opening a boutique. The first thing you'll do is you'll do X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
And then
We do
this is the
video
places.
scripts a lot.
Yeah, so these are the places where you get your manufacturers, blah, blah, blah. Now you've created a website for them. You created a landing page. Now they have a link in their bio, their social media, where all those things can happen. I'm just saying that for the people that's just, because I've invited some people and I don't know where everybody is on the stage of their business, but I want them to feel comfortable and to know that they can reach out to you and say, hey, at this price, I can at least get you set up.
Right.
And we can walk you through this.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of that too is that with the networking group that we're a part of and that we do all their back end stuff for, there's over almost 2,500 to 3,000 business owners that are in this network that's just here in Oklahoma City and surrounding state. There's 18 chapters that we manage, and so through all that, no, we may not be able to find you a manufacturer, but I know 17 people who do it. Or they may be manufacturers themselves. So we like to think of it as almost like a general contractor for businesses. Like, no, we can't do everything. But we know a lot of people, or we just have a lot of reach because we have every one of their contact information. We see them monthly. We see, so that's again about being out there. And even for us, we can put a call out and say, hey, I got someone who's looking for a rental property to purchase and invest in. Okay, cool. There's 158, real estate people there. We can set you up with people and get you contacts and get you set up to be able to optimize your business.
And we like to kind of operate on a 3-goal system. So what's goal 1, goal 2, and goal 3? Because if you're like me, I'm on goal 3, but if I don't hit goal 1 and 2, how the heck am I going to get to goal 3? And so we operate on that kind of system because more than likely, here's the starting point, and let's just get you out the gate, and that's going to be a really low cost of entry. And then once we've got you successful and comfortable and your business is expanding, now let's hit goal 2. And here's that cost. But we like to show it all up front so you know what's coming. And that might adjust as your goals change as you go. But the one thing that I hated starting out in as a small business was I couldn't find a CRM that I could grow into. I constantly grew out of them, which means I was starting from scratch always and just dumping hours and hours and hours of my life into building something only to lose it another 2 months later. And anytime I went to go try and get marketing or any kind of service to help me grow, it was completely unaffordable, and so I couldn't use it. And so I always felt at a disadvantage. And so Dallowry, we try and price ourselves in a 1, 2, 3 step process so that no matter where you are, you can come in and we'll meet you where you are. And sometimes that's turning you away and just giving you free advice as to how you can get to the entry point. You know, there's sometimes where this doesn't make sense. And I'm not okay just taking money for the sake of taking money. So over the next 2 months, here's what I want you to do on your own. And then come back in 2 months and let's reevaluate and see if it makes sense. And so we like to do a 1, 2, 3 step kind of goal. And again, we're not always going to be a good fit for everyone. We can't be.
How long have you guys been in business?
Dallowry opened in February.
Yeah.
We've been running small businesses since 2020.
Yeah. Just a few quick comments on this kind of thing, and I want to ask some questions of the group as well. So I think a lot of times we're throwing out like really high level things for people. So as Tremaine mentioned, we might be taking some people from 0 to 1 here, but this is going to make your business grow a ton. Every business needs a CRM. If all the people, everybody here has an email, correct? Yeah. So you're getting, ads sent to you via email every single day. You open your inbox in the morning, scroll. All those companies are sending you emails. They did not wake up that morning and send you an email at 7:30 in the morning. But you looked at it, and maybe you clicked around and you said, oh, Lululemon has a sale on shorts, and I know I can buy them, but I'm going to buy that pair and that pair and that pair too. So that's kind of what it is. And it's not fighting you, because you're very a person that loves to speak to people and loves to interact with people. But this is just going to give you an opportunity to interact with more people. It's not necessarily to take away the word of mouth from other things.
Yeah. There's one TikTok guy that started in 2020 that I love what he did. So he saw the need in his neighborhood alone, that there was a bunch of kids growing up without dads, and they'd come to him always asking just like random advice. How do you tie a tie? How do you change out the oil in your car? How do you fix a dishwasher? And so he started recording as if he was talking to the camera was a son, and he just started explaining how to do basic life tips. And what he was able to do is, instead of reaching the 15 people personally, he grew to 15 million followers, and he helped kids without dads all over the world learn these simple basic life skills. And so I think if you can shift your mindset to, I can make a greater impact and still keep that personal touch, then as long as you're showing up authentically, even if it's on camera, it's still going to be that personal touch, but you're going to be able to do it a lot more at scale. I mean, look at our church. So we're Life Churchers, and you guys are People Church, but multi-location. How many more people can your church impact when they have multiple locations, when they have video resources? I mean, literally, our churches reach people all over the world, and they still have a personal connection, but they have to do it via video. And so I think if you don't take that step out in faith, you're doing a disservice to the people that aren't ever going to meet you personally. You know? Yes.
Yes. I was wanting to get started in the t-shirt business.
Mm-hmm.
Logos, everything, Christian t-shirts, and so forth. How could you get?
So for a t-shirt business, I'd have a few questions first. Have you already started, or are you just wanting to build a mailing list?
Basically, I'm just not getting started.
Okay. So I'd start with social media and start pumping out content, because you have to be known, and then do it consistently, because you have to be liked, and then build a mailing list and start sending them tips, tricks, coupons, specials, because you have to be trusted, and that's how you build business. And then you just constantly add on. As you become a master of one, you add another, and then you master, and then you add. And that's why we work on that 3-goal system, because if we jump to level 3, you're going to be like, ah! Right? So we got to master, and then move, and then master, and then move. And the goals don't end at 3. Then we just cycle back. All right, what's goal 1 now? What's goal 2? What's goal 3?
Just to pull the group here. So does everybody here owns a business, or can you you raise your hand if you're in a business. Okay, so you not in a business? Nope.
Basically.
Excellent. And then does everybody, if you have a website, raise your hand?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so no website. Did you raise your hand? Great. Did you raise your hand? Okay. Did you raise your hand? No website. What about Instagram? Raise your hand for your business. And then Facebook for your business. Twitter for your business. Pinterest for your business. It's not a competition. Pinterest for your business. Snapchat for your business. LinkedIn for your business. Email list for your business. Okay, so that's what, again, the goal of this group, Tremaine and I brought it together because I'm a up here thinker. A lot of these things are stuff that I think it's just a very normal thing. And Tremaine was like, let's take people from 0 to 1. So it's not a competition. That's not why I'm asking these questions. I'm asking because we need to know what we can best serve you with. So, yeah, that was excellent. I mean, you guys crushed that presentation.
Hey!